Mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Yo, brother.
Hey, brother.
All right. You ready to go live?
Oh, yeah, let me invert my camera real quick.
All right. Let me see if I can get a quick graphic of the
Sugar, you get some love. Come on, baby. Work with that. Work with it. Damn, so far away. Shit.
Cat Williams with
Gotta get it.
Shannon. There we go.
All right. I'm ready.
Cartoon. All right. Let me see. I'll just take. I'm trying to find a good. Here we go. Let me just. Can I copy that bad boy? Copy the image. Can I add it to the StreamYard? I'll go and just go live so we can get this bad boy rolling. All right, let me make sure that we are on live. Yep, we're live, buddy. What up, y'all? What up? What up? Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2024 from the Geek Salad Squad. Arya the Kang. What's going on, brother?
What's going on?
You good over there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. What's going on? This is Geek Salad Live. First show of the new year. G the video. Well, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, brother. You know, we got some better focus for this year. You know, more fun content coming in all ways. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, man, I'm good, man. How about your 2024, brother?
Listen, man, I am blessed and highly favored, my guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Blessed and highly favored, man. I'm looking forward to 2024. 2023 was a big year for us, man. We would be remiss if we didn't thank everybody who supported us thus far. Got a lot of support last year. Had a lot of dope interviews, man. Gave y'all a lot of cool content that y'all were really receptive to. And we appreciate you.
That's right, man. Hey, man. So, you know, it's 12 days into 2024, man. Well, in your eyes, what do you think is the biggest entertainment scandal / gut punch so far this year, man?
It's gotta be Cat. Cat in the Hat.
Say,
This,
brother.
yo, shout out to Uncle Shay Shay. Okay, Club Shay Shay.
Right.
All right. He pulled off the interview of like, bro, I don't remember a more viral interview like ever. Do you
Mhm.
remember a more viral interview? Because I don't.
Sheesh, man. I mean, matter of fact, man, let me just go ahead and pull up just a view of the show. So what I'm looking at right now, what we're looking at right now is already this video is at 45 million views, dog, in 9 days, man. 9 days, man.
Crazy, crazy. Yo, shout out to Shannon Sharp, man. I hope to have biceps like that when I'm in my 50s. Because, yo, Unc be putting that work in the gym, man.
Right, right. Hey, man, yo, how old is Shannon Sharp, man?
Shannon Sharp is in his 50s. If he not in his mid 50s, he's in his early.
Right.
I think he's in his mid 50s.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because he
I
came in
got
the league like in the late 80s, early 90s, something like that.
right, right.
Yeah, for the Broncos. But yeah, man, that's some dedication, bro. I know people 35, 25 who don't work out like you do. So
Exactly,
gotta take care of your
exactly.
body. But
Yeah.
yo, the interview set the internet on fire. Cat Williams talked about Steve Harvey.
Mm-hmm.
He threatened to punch Cedric the Entertainer in the stomach. He threatened Faison Love. He called Kevin Hart a quote unquote industry plant. I mean, this interview was the comedic interview version of what Kendrick Lamar did with the Control verse. That's what this was. Because Cat was
Mm,
name dropping everybody, spilling the tea, and just
right.
laying it all out there, man. What did you think about the interview?
Yo, I love it, man. I love it. Just for the fear fact, I mean, for the mere fact that Cat came with receipts. Now, he said a lot in the interview. Like I counted in the first like 9 or 16 minutes, man. It was just shots after shots after shots after shots, right? Just in the first 15 minutes of the show, man.
Yeah.
Now he did say a lot of BS in the show as well, but we'll touch on that later on. Pause. Um, but listen, man, I loved it, man. I loved it for Skip because he really just let
Shannon,
Cat
Shannon.
talk. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't, he didn't push back too much on the topics, which is cool because sometimes whenever somebody is cooking, you gotta let them cook. Let them cook. Let them cook.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
Noriega needs to watch this interview and take notes because this man will
Right.
not let a guest get a thought off for nothing. Shannon was
Nothing.
smart enough to pose a question and then just sit back and let Cat be Cat. And I think that's
Exactly.
a vital skill to have when you're interviewing people and you're trying to get the best content. You give them, you loft the ball up in the air and you let them dunk it.
Right.
This nigga Noriega throws the alley oop and then goes and tries to dunk it himself, and it's like Nori, like just shut up, bro. Let the people talk.
That's it, man. I mean, hey, you're right. This is I wouldn't call this interview like a master class by any means, but it was just like pure entertainment. And Shannon did his best to try to get Cat back on track. But once Cat took a swig of that glass, he was like, and another thing, Shannon, you let
I have never seen.
yo, man, yo. Let's talk about some of the discussions that has been brought up out from this interview. So pretty much, man, he's putting his stake of claiming the land. Like, yo, I'm funnier than all of y'all. I'm funnier than Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, Cedric, Earthquake, and the list goes on, right? Do you think that Cat, and comedy is subjective, is Cat funnier than the names he put on the ballot?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and not just funnier. Stand up wise, I think he's more talented. Seeing him in the role that he played in Atlanta as Alligator Man, Alligator Man. Like
Right.
I never seen him act like that. I didn't know he was that good of an actor, man. I really think that there's nothing either comedic or acting wise that Cat can't do. And the man, if you sit and watch the entire interview, the man is extremely, extremely articulate, and he's just talented. He's just talented. So I think he is, as far as modern day comedians, man, he's up there, bro. I wouldn't put him ahead of Chappelle, but I think
Okay.
Chappelle is just out there. Chappelle is like a genius that just happens to do comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Cat, he's as far as current comedians, man, he's definitely top three, top five. And he deserves to be mentioned amongst the greatest as of right now. What you
I'm gonna
think?
tell you, I'm gonna tell you this, man. He sure took the spotlight off of Dave's stand-up, though. If you
He
noticed
did.
that.
I know Dave was like, yes.
Real talk, man. Real talk. Yeah, you know what, man? I'm not gonna lie. I haven't liked Cass last couple of specials that he dropped.
Okay.
I think I like Cat better as an actor than as a comedian. Kind of weird, you know what
Hey,
I'm
who are these
saying? But
random people? Hey, let's get them off the screen, man. We don't know these people.
right.
Passive channels, damn commercials. You don't get no
Yeah.
airtime on the Geek Salad podcast.
Nah.
Um, yeah, he better actor. His last special, I don't think was as funny as, but I did think it was funny though. I did think it was funny. This is him and this interview on Club Shay Shay. It really let me know, number one, that people love filth and people love getting down in the dirt and
Mhm.
controversy sells, right? And I also learned that I'm one of the people who loves it because I watched the whole interview. As soon as the interview came out, I watched the whole thing.
Right.
It was one of those interviews where you couldn't put it down because it was just good. Cat is entertaining. Um, he can be scathing in one moment, and in the very next moment, like just throw a joke out there that's hilarious. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like
Mhm.
this whole combination of the way that he speaks is like it's entertaining. It's entertaining, man. One thing I will say I didn't like, and I don't like this man, but it is what it is. I didn't like how he said that Kevin Hart was an industry plant. I didn't like that. And let me tell you why I don't like that. I don't like that because that kind of negates or attempts to negate the fact that Kev been on the grind for like 20 some odd years, doing stand up, doing horrible movies. And then after doing that for like 10 years or so, he had a break and he starts getting better roles. You know what I'm saying? And he revolutionizes what it means to be a quote unquote comedic rock star. And I like that. You know, and I really think it's hate. It really comes off as hate. The people who love Cat say it's not hate. Cat is just telling his truth. I don't believe that at all. I think there's some hate mixed in that. What do you think?
Some hate.
Hate.
Ooh,
I
that's
know.
it could be, man. It could be, man. I mean, it could be a mixture of the hate with whatever else he's got going on in his life right now. But honestly, I think he just took a stand like, I can't let this BS lie anymore. So, let me say my piece because I don't think nobody has really said anything negative about Cat, like the whole Ricky Smiley thing. Like, to me, when I heard about how he talked about the role that he didn't get in Friday After Next, it wasn't nothing negative. You know what I'm saying? But Cat felt the way. He was like, nah, let me set the the record straight. Hey
Yeah.
yo, comedian David uh Kadish Katash. He said he said Cat's last special was ass and he's a hating ass nigga. So there you go.
What up, Katash? I saw him over the summer at Ocean Breeze. I bumped into you at Ocean Breeze, man. Shout out to Katash, man.
Dope.
Funny
Dope.
dude,
Dope.
funny dude. Listen, man. I don't know. Like it really seems like hate. You know, it really seems like, and this is the reason I say that. I can see if Kevin Hart just came from out of nowhere and you didn't know about it. And this has actually happened to some comedians. I've seen it happen. Tiffany Haddish comes from out of nowhere, doesn't have a successful special or anything, and all of a sudden he's number one A guy in Hollywood or something like that. I could get with it if Kat said that, or if that's what actually happened to Kat. That's not what I saw. I remember Kevin Hart from Paper Soldiers, a very small time movie. I remember him in Soul Plane. Granted, he was the leading man in Soul Plane, but Soul Plane was one of the worst movies of all time, bro. It was just one of the worst. Wasn't written well, wasn't acting well. There was nothing really good about Soul Plane. And I saw Kevin do that and go from there to having a comedy special. I want to say it was I'm a Grown Little Man was kind of like his break. Remember when that came out? I want to say this is our Bank of America days. It came out. Bank of America days.
Ooh, that's like early 2000s, right?
Yeah. He took that momentum, and then he got small roles in like a Steve Harvey movie here, or a small role in another movie
40-Year-Old Virgin, things like that.
40-Year-Old Virgin back in the day. You know, he got a lot of big roles, and he kind of put his time in, and then eventually he started to get bigger and bigger roles. So you see the progression. It was like a incline. It wasn't just he comes on the scene and then all of a sudden he's the number one guy.
On point, yeah.
And I think that Kat really has, he has nobody to blame but himself, because Kat, I was talking about earlier, dude is just as talented as anybody, bro. Dude is talented as anybody. A really, really good actor, great with the comedy. But why you can't, leverage that into like movie roles and things like that. I think it has less to do with somebody like Kevin Hart being a quote unquote plant, and more to do with the 19 felonies you got, Cat Williams. And this is I don't know that he got 19. I'm just going off what Cat Williams himself said. Remember when he was roasting that radio host?
Oh yeah, which is by the way one of the funniest roasts.
Why would you ever get in a roast battle with Cat Williams if you know you're not like that?
Right.
Like if you was like Craig Smith or somebody, Craig Smith is a great roaster.
Okay,
maybe you get in it with Cat, but if you don't got the gloves for that, why? But that's neither here nor there, right? He said he got 19 felonies. So if I'm a studio, am I going to put him as a leading man over a multi-million-dollar movie, and he has that type of track record? Probably not. Probably not. So I don't like that. And then he's like, all the people in the comments, because you hear it all the time, the people think Kevin Hart isn't funny. And I have no issue with that. If you don't think the man is funny, cool. Because comedy, again, is subjective.
Right.
But like, don't say it, to say he doesn't deserve the success that he has. I think the only reason it comes up is because you see him all the time. So you always going to see people in the comments talking about, I don't think Kevin Hart is funny. It's like they're kind of saying, I don't think he deserves to be at the place he's at. And I think that's really reductive, because the man works hard.
Right. I mean, and, kind of, to piggyback off of your point and David's point as well. I mean, Kevin Hart's not a plant, because we have to understand that his first couple of specials after a moment, it was like peak Kevin Hart. He was the funniest man on planet Earth for like a couple of years straight. And the movies that he was in, just propelled his stock up just that fast, right? Matter of fact, Kevin Hart's last stand-up, which came out a couple months ago on Peacock, was actually funny. It was funny, man. Yeah, it was funny. It was almost like a return of form, because he wasn't talking about his wife or any other incidents, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it was funny. But enough of that, though, man. On the subject of Kevin Hart. So we were talking earlier, like, days later, Kat announced his tour. his tour, excuse me. And lo and behold, guess who was on tour with him? After all of the fuss and the views, Kevin Hart's ex-wife, Tori Hart, man. How do you feel about
Wow.
that?
Messy. Listen. So yeah, so Tori Hart is going on tour. Just announced a few days ago. Tori Hart going on tour with Cat Williams. So the question that I pose, because Tori Hart, if y'all don't know, that's the ex-wife of Kevin Hart. Fair or foul? Tori Hart
Mm,
going on tour with
mm,
Cat Williams
mm.
4 or 5 days after Cat Williams just went off on Kevin Hart, calling him an industry plant. Is it fair? Is it foul? What you think?
Listen, I think it's fair, man. Just for the fact that it's kind of genius on Cat's part to invite the ex-wife of the dude that you just kicked his back and for not being funny and for being a plant. So, David, understand it's foul. It's foul, but to me, business-wise, if I was in Cat's corner, like, look, man, I know this interview got my tour dates sold out. I might need to add more shows throughout the weekend. What else is going to propel this tour to the top? Hmm. You know what? Let me go ahead and holler at Tori Hart. Now, is she funny? I don't know. I don't know if she's funny or not. You know what I'm saying? I never seen any of her stand-ups. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, I think it's a dope move. It's wild. And also, and again, we don't know what her routine is going to be. We don't know if she's going to kick Kevin's back in even more so. So at this point, that's no here or there. But I think on Kat's part, even hers, it's going to cause a bit of intrigue, like, ooh, what are they going to say about this now? Like, to me, that's dope. I'm here. Yes, David, I'm here for the drama, man. I'm here for the drama.
These ex-wives ain't loyal. Listen, I was ready to say it was foul. And the reason I
Okay.
was ready to say that it was foul is because even though we all know the story, apparently, and I always got to put the caveat out there. We don't 100% know these stories. So we don't know these people for real. We
We
know
don't.
what
We
people
don't.
have said. We know little tidbits here and there, right? But the story was Kevin cheated on Tori while they were married. This is 10 plus years ago. Um, Kevin leaves her. She doesn't get much money in the divorce settlement. Kevin pays child support. So fast forward, fast forward maybe 10 or so years. I think their kids are like 18 and 16 now. They got a young, well, I guess she's a woman now, 18, and the son is 16. Um, I would say after Cat Williams' interview on Club Shay Shay, where he pretty much dissed Kevin Hart, I
Mhm.
would hope that Tori wouldn't allow herself to be used by Cat to kind of
Mhm.
rub it in the face of Kevin Hart. Because even though I think it's always a good thing for your career as a comedian to be able to tour with a well established comedic legend, somebody like a Cat Williams, right?
Right.
The optics. Everybody knows the reason that he picked her was not because he thinks she's just so funny. I've seen her stand up, man. I'm not saying she's horrible, but I know more funnier female comedians than her. Definitely know some more um, that could have went on tour with Cat Williams. So, and then especially coming 2 days, 3 days after the super duper viral video
Mhm.
and the interview on Club Shay Shay, it's Cat only chose her to rub it in Kevin's face. So I was ready to call it foul. I'm like, yo, she's allowing herself for the bag to be used
Mhm.
by Cat Williams. Then I
Okay.
started thinking about something else, man.
What's that?
I started thinking about the stand up that Kevin Hart did, where he put all his business out there on how he
Yeah.
cheated. You know what I'm saying? So that means at that time, the mother of your children, your ex-wife, has to hear about on social media, has to have people outside in the street, and just know that all of your business is out there for the world to see because Kevin is telling his business. And you can do that. Kevin has the right to do that because that's his life. You know, he did it. He can tell the world if he wants to, right? But from her perspective, having to hear that all the time over years and years and years, and then Kevin being as famous as he is, having to see Kevin all the time on TV. Then you got to see Kevin because you share visitation, you're sharing parenthood with him, you're sharing custody of your children with him. Kevin. Kevin worth $300 million, $200 million. My child support that I'm getting for these kids, it's about to
Mhm.
run out. It's probably run out for the daughter because she's 18. And now I got 2 years on the son. So you know what? I was ready to call her foul for doing that because I look at it like even though Kevin cheated those years ago, that was 10 plus years ago, and we're still co-parents. If we're cool, don't team up with my enemy. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody who's
Mhm.
talking crazy to me. Because even if you don't like me, I'm still the father of your kids. And how do I team up with the person that's going against the father of our kids that we got together? That seemed kind of wild. But with the fact that Kevin did it first, as far as announcing it to the world, because he could have just cheated and got a divorce and never talked about it. But he didn't do that. He put it in his comedy special. So I'm gonna say it's fair.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna say it's fair.
I'm gonna say this, man. Listen, uh, to Tori Hart. Listen, sister, get that coin. Get that coin. You know, go on tour. Do your best. Come out of the situation on top. Whatever routine that you have. You know, just make sure it's funny because if you go on this tour with Cat Williams and if it's whack beyond whackness, it's going to be a bad look. So she better be the funniest thing besides Cat Williams on his tour. Matter of fact, are you going to his tour? I know he's got to be coming to Virginia sometime soon.
I gotta see how I feel. And I gotta see how much some tickets is, bro. I was looking at
Mm,
I was thinking about going to DL Hughley's show. DL Hughley is coming out here next week, and that's my
right.
birthday week. Joining
Okay.
the 40 Club, nigga. 40 Club, nigga.
That's right.
In the
Yeah, man.
40 Club. But I was looking at tickets, it was like $140 each. So I like DL. I'm not paying $140 to see DL Hughley. I'm sorry. I'm just not that big of a fan of his to
Ooh,
spend that much money. It's going to depend on how much the tickets is. To be honest
yeah.
with
David said 250. You got 250
you,
for a cat show?
goddamn, nah, it's pimping. I'm like,
What
nah,
up,
man.
brother? What up,
I'll
brother?
catch the
Over.
special when it come on Netflix.
You know,
That's free 99.
yeah, right. That's $20 a month. You know what
It's
I'm
crazy.
saying? Yeah, man. But you know, I know you got things to do, man. You know, so real quick, right? I wanted to tell everybody if you are a fan of the big monsters that come in towns and tear shit up, go see Godzilla -1. Now, I got a point here, so stay with me. All right. So the
Okay.
movie was made for $15 million. All right. So far as of today, it's at 90 million. It's about to reach 100 million in the next couple of weeks or a month from now, right? My point with that is that movie got so much more eyes on it because of word of mouth. The movie is good. Godzilla does his thing, tears shit up, he's terrifying, etc. The human element, which is normally the weakest parts of these kaiju monster movies, whatever, is one of the best parts of the movie, right? So if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. It's dope. So I say that to say this: 2023, we have some of the worst superhero movies ever. Now, do y'all think it's a slump? Just a little fork in the road, niggas went left instead of right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or do you think that we need to just take a pause off of all that shit for right now?
I don't think superhero movies are going anywhere. I think superhero movies are the new action movie. And I say that because when it used to be, so think 15, 20 years ago before Marvel took over, DC had its good movies peppered in to all the bad movies, right? Prior to that, you had action movies, with Schwarzenegger, with Stallone, then later
Mhm.
on, with The Rock, with Jason
Right. Boss, what
Statham.
up?
And then people will actually go to the movies and see these movies. I don't think that people are going to the movies just to see a action movie no more. So it's like Chris Hemsworth does another action movie, and it actually is a theatrical release. I don't see it being a summer blockbuster. I think those days are over. I think if
Mm.
you want to be or want to have a summer blockbuster, and you want to make a lot of money, I think you have to have superheroes at this point. Either superheroes or at least have some type of franchise behind you, either video game franchise or something to that effect, maybe a comic book or whatever. It's so I don't think superhero movies are going anywhere. I think it was a down year for superhero movies, but I mean I think it's a down year for most movies. Period. I think people are finding that I think the pandemic showed us there's other ways, right? You don't have
Mhm.
to go to the movies to see everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way some of these streaming services are working, because something can come out in the movies and come out in the streaming service simultaneously now, which is crazy to me. Or it might be at the movies for like a month and then it's on a streaming service. So
Right.
people are like, yo, why I'm gonna go spend $10, $15 on a movie ticket? Then you
Mhm.
got to get some popcorn because we fat. You gotta get the movie theater popcorn. That's gonna run you another $20. So
Right.
I'm gonna spend $50 to see this when I could just be chilling in the comfort of my own home, in my
Mhm.
drawers, with a little bit of Captain Morgan, and just
Hey.
enjoy it from the comfort of your home. I
Right.
think it's going to pick up, maybe not so much this year, because I think only Deadpool is coming out as far as Marvel goes. But I want to
Mhm.
see what's going to happen in 2025. I think that's when the first new DC movies are going to come out.
Right.
And that's when Marvel is going to have the movies come out that were supposed to come out this year. But
Mhm.
of course, you had the writer's strike.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like where you're going with that. I do. I do. I'll say this, right? The only thing to me that's keeping this whole superhero genre alive right now is shows like The Boys and Invincible or Generation V. Like right now, Amazon Prime got that shit on lock right now. HBO Max done, kicked off of the Doom Patrol and other DC joints, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna take a while for them to get their DC properties going. As a matter of fact, Aquaman 2 was ass. It was straight
Really?
up ass,
I was
man.
thinking about seeing it this weekend. You ain't like it at all?
It was ass. Like, all right,
How does it compare to the first one?
the first one, was wild and
I thought the first
kooky,
one was all right.
right? But it worked,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The second one was so like disjointed. It was like it was trying to be Indiana Jones, Aquaman 1, Warhammer 40K all together. And the shit just didn't make sense. It was like,
That actually, it's funny because you said it was bad, but like you just threw out three great movies. I like it. It seems like it would be great, but it
yeah,
wasn't
but you can't combine all that shit
at
together
one
though.
time.
It's
Yeah.
like pick a lane, right?
Yeah.
And nail it. You know what I'm saying? So that was ass. The Flash, I enjoyed it, but everybody said that was ass too. Miss Marvel's was ass as well. You know what I'm saying? There's
Man,
some other stuff throughout the year.
you ain't even see the Marvels.
Listen, remember how we both never saw X-Men, the Phoenix joint, because we knew it was ass?
She said, I saw the Marvel. The Marvels, it wasn't horror. This is the thing, though. This is the thing, too.
Uh-huh.
In a world where we have, Avengers Endgame and Avengers, what was the one before that? Infinity War.
Right.
They set the bar so high. The first Black Panther movie, the
Oh,
bar is up here. So it's
oh,
like when you compare these movies to those movies, it
right.
falls flat.
Not in day.
But if you compare it to the movies, the superhero movies that we had before,
Mhm.
like the Marvel Universe took over the MCU, like the Fantastic Four movies. Either one, pick either one. They both were
Right.
horrible. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? It's like these movies now are better than that. But I think movies like Infinity War and Black Panther just up the ante so much that anything less than that is like uncivilized. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what are we doing? Why are we going backwards?
I see this, man. You know, I think Marvel should just do like a Thanos snap 2.5, whatever, and
Okay.
just do X-Men shit for like the next couple of years. Because you could take the X-Men and then just go on through so many different paths with just the X-Men folks. Dude, take a break from Cap, Iron Man, all of them. You know what I'm saying? They'll be back around sometime later. You know what I'm saying? But let's give shine to some other characters. But hopefully this Deadpool 3 movie, whenever that comes out, because who knows? It's whenever
That's like
that
the
comes out.
only movie I'm kind of excited about. Like actually seeing Wolverine in his mask, man. I'm a geek out over that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a geek out over it. I don't geek
If
out
they
that
do
often,
it,
but
if they
that's
do
geek
it.
out worthy.
Yeah, if they do it, man, I think that'll be a fun thing to see, man. But you know, we'll see, man. I mean, you know, they kind of like, all right, we don't made too many shows. We got to cut back on the Marvel shows. And matter of fact, right now I'm watching Echo right now.
How is it?
Hey, I seen the first episode. It's okay. What I
Okay.
take from it is, yo, just bring back Daredevil and make Daredevil the same as back on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Keep it in that tone for us. You know what I'm saying? And bring back the Punisher and keep it in that tone. But with the Punisher, make it more entertaining, because the second season,
The
it
second
was ass.
season wasn't hit. The first season was dope. The
Yeah,
second season was like,
yeah,
you know, I
nah,
feel
nah.
like they phoned it in a little bit, but
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, man. But that's all I got, though, man.
that's what's up, man. But we want to thank everybody for watching this episode. This first episode of the new year of the
That's
Geek
right. That's
Salad
right.
Live podcast. We got a lot coming in this new year. A lot of content to share with y'all guys. A lot of dope interviews lined up. We
Yes,
want to
sir.
thank everyone for supporting us in 2023, and we're looking forward to dope things in 2024. So
That's right.
as always, make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Geek Salad Podcast. We appreciate you. I'm Arya the King.
I'm G, the bearded one.
This guy. All right, y'all be good. Be safe out there tonight.
Peace.